Ladies and gents, welcome to the post-match presentation for quarterfinal number 3, where APR of Rwanda have gotten past Rivers Hoopers of Nigeria by 104-73. They'll be taking on Al Tripoli in the semi-finals of BAL 2025. Represented by head coach James May and Nuni Amot. It's APR who are first at the press conference table. I have questions, please. We'll start with KB, Jason, and two in front.
KB Mudishani from Tax FM. My question goes out to both Coach and to Nuni. First of all, Coach, your team today were absolutely flawless offensively. 62.5% from the field. You were 50% from the free throw line. Not only that, but you also became the second team to reach triple digits in the BAL this season. On top of that, you also have the win with the biggest margin, with the margin of 31 points. Tell me what inspired such a dominant performance today. How did you guys prepare for today's game? What was it about your offense that was just so efficient? And my question to Nuni is, you ended today's game with the total of 21 points. You were let me just get this here. You were 60% from the free throw. I mean, no, from the 3 points rather. You were 60% from the free throw. Let me get, okay. You were almost 70% from the field, apologies, 70% from the field, and you were 60% from the 3-point line. What inspired your big performance today in terms of the numbers that you put up?
All right, first, in response to a flawless performance, 20 turnovers and a lot of missed free throws can't be flawless offensively. I do think we played very, very well. Game planning, I think we did a great job being intentional, throwing the ball inside. That was part of our preparation. I think our team always does a great job of sharing the basketball and playing together. But the speed of play was very, very important for us today. Rivers Hoopers has a very strong offensive rebounding team, so being able to get those rebounds, be able to break through their first line and get to the break and able to share the ball was a big part of the preparation for us, as well as just continuing to get Nuni evolved into our team. As far as, he has the ability to be able to slow us down when we need to. I thought he did a great job of balancing when we're running and when we're slowing down. So that was a big part of our preparation, is making sure that we could get him involved as well in certain areas.
Nuni?
To piggyback on your question, like Coach said, obviously, I joined the team pretty late, but, they did a really good job of, just welcoming me, and, they just told me to come in and just be myself, play my game. Obviously, when I have support like that from the coaches and the players, it makes, my job a lot easier as far as, just trying to be as efficient as possible and making guys better as well around me.
Can you pass it to Jason, please? Yeah.
Thank you. Jason Sagini from Radio France here. Coach, welcome to the team of 100+ points in this year's finals. Al Tripoli also scored 100+ yesterday, and you're meeting them in the next hurdle. So how are you preparing to face such a team who are making history and records at the BL finals? And my question to Nuni, you joined the team late, yes. How is the experience so far? And how has it been? And moving forward, what will you be looking to achieve? Then, Coach, maybe we'll just talk about Noel's injury. Maybe where is he at the moment? Because I saw him limping at the third quarter. Where is he at the moment? Have you assessed him? And do you think it's a serious injury?
First, as far as Obi goes, we have no information on that. He was walking fine when the game was over. He was in great spirits, so we expect the outcome to be positive. Of course, medical will do their job and check on him tomorrow, and we'll have more of an update. As far as Tripoli goes, preparing for them, we played them twice. When we played them the second time, we both scored over 100 points. It was a very, very close game. So preparing physically for their speed of play is very, very important. And then just taking care of the basketball. Again, the 20 turnovers tonight. When we played them, I think the first time we might have had 21 turnovers and gave up 23 offensive rebounds. So we have to really, really make sure that we're getting the basketball, we're getting the rebound, limiting their attempts on the rim, and then also just being able to protect the basketball once we get it and go get the ball down to the other end to execute. So that'll be a big focus for us. And again, we have a lot of film against them, so we'll be really diving into that and have more of a game plan by the morning.
Nuni?
Can you ask that question again? Sorry.
Experience so far, the BAL.
Oh yeah, my experience has been great. Obviously, the team, they welcomed me with open arms. It's a great group of guys, great coaching staff. Everybody from the top to the bottom has been phenomenal since I've been here, and I can't ask for anything else. And obviously, my goal and everyone else's goal is to win a championship, but we just got to take it game by game.
Leon Solms, ESPN Africa. Nuni, I think it's fair to say for a player of your caliber to join a team like this, you must be certain that they're serious, they're proper championship contenders. Your name has come up in the Rwandan media before, linked to Rwandan teams. Was there ever a possibility before of you joining? And what made you decide, whether or not there was, that this time it was really worth going, that this team really was a team worthy of having the 2023 MVP?
So your first question, I was never in talks with no team in Rwanda. I remember after the Olympics, there was a bunch of rumors that I was talking or signing with the Patriots, but I never was in contact with them. My agent was never in contact with them. That was just false news. And then the second question, to be honest, I've just seen the growth in the league in itself, and I know there's a lot of growth in this league, and I feel like in the future it's going to be something that's going to be really big. And just to be a part of something like this, especially being from the continent in itself, it means a lot to me. It's much more than what others might think. For me, it's just a simple fact that I'm from the continent in itself, and just to be able to come back, and just for people to be able to see me play, and obviously I played all over the world, and there's no place like home. The continent is beautiful, and then the game is growing in itself. And I think that the future is very bright for this league, and I just wanted to be a part of something special. And I know when I talked to them, they had something special going, and I just wanted to be a part of that.
Yep.
Coach Manyehlisa Lehosla from the Big Tip-Off. What has changed about the team's attitude from the NAL conference to the seeding game and today's quarterfinals?
Change in our attitude? I'm not sure. We always had a winning mentality coming in. And I always mention that all of the teams in the BAL are champions. So, I think we had a longer view of what it was going to take to win. We worked on that since December, since January. We've been locked into it. I think the only thing that's changed is maybe there's more of a sense of urgency because now it's right here in front of you. So that desire to have it and to have a championship and win it, and understanding that it's a lot closer to your grasp, I think that's what changed. I think our guys are hungry, the staff is hungry, our management is hungry, the whole organization is hungry to win one. And if anything, I just think it's that desire and that passion coming forward.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much, Coach. Thank you very much, Nuni. We'll be back with the Rivers Hoopers part of this press conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the second part of this post-match presentation for the third quarter-final between Rivers Hoopers and APR of Rwanda. The top table represented for Rivers Hoopers is head coach Ogo Dwadu and Madut Akech. We have questions, please. Riff. Start with there, the back first. Right.
How's it, coach? My name is Rafilwe. I'd like to know, obviously, you have experienced personal success and your team has had success in this league. What do you think are the differences or the things that have stood out to you that have changed, perhaps, in this league from last year to this year, if any?
Yeah, what changed was that we're no longer playing the semi-finals. We've been knocked out. But on a general note, I think we had a really bad day today. We didn't play as well as we could. We thought we could play, and it happens in basketball. We're not upset. We may be disappointed, but we're holding our heads up high. Too many things went wrong. The killer for us on the start was 52 points made in the paint. We didn't defend the way we should have defended. So nothing has changed. We are still Rivers Hoopers. We will still go back there, and we will still be back.
Leonard, yep.
Leonard Solms, ESPN Africa. Coach, speaking honestly, I think that you've got this team punching above their weight for the last couple of years. Just knowing behind the scenes how many players you've been in talks with and they've gone to other teams. Is there anything that Rivers Hoopers or Nigerian basketball can do in order to make it easier for you, 2024 BAL Coach of the Year, to produce a champion team?
Yeah. First and foremost, I think our budget should be increased. That way we get more quality players. I'm not taking anything away from the players we have. They're the best I think I've coached in a while. Nobody gave us a chance in Morocco, but we stood our ground against all the teams that were there, and we came up second. So one of those things here is maybe we could get a little more in our budget, and that way we'll be able to really prepare well for this tournament. But all in all, River State so far has been giving us the support that they have been able to give to us, and trust me, it's miles about what other teams will get. But it's something that we're going to look at going forward, because we need a better roster, and that's something we're going to work towards.
Manya?
Manyashli Salawasha from the Big Tip-Off. Coach, usually your domestic league starts after the BAL and goes on until October, December. Isn't it time for basketball in Nigeria to have a longer league so you can be more competitive in this kind of competition?
Well, to be honest, that is one of the major problems that we're facing too. We played against US Monastir, who just came off their championship game. Yeah, they lost, but they've been playing for a long time. We played together against APR, who are still in the thick of the league. They're going to leave here and go play with the playoffs. River Supers have not played competitively since Morocco. So it's one of the problems that we have too. So just like you said, we hope the Nigerian Federation is going to change all this, and then we're actually going to arrive in the BAL playing and not just coming to try to get into game shape while we're at the tournament itself.
KB, and then we'll have at the back there.
KB Murishani from Tax FM. My question goes out to Madut. Madut, today the team looked very disjointed. You guys struggled massively offensively, and you also ended the game with 20 turnovers. What would you say was maybe the biggest factor on such a crushing defeat today?
I think coming in early, we just didn't get stops, so we couldn't get out and run in transition like we normally do. And once we wasn't really defending, like Coach said, gave out 58 points in the paint for the whole game. Once they seen the ball going into the hoop early on and getting to the free throw line, it was basically an uphill battle for us going forward. It wasn't. We never really got a chance to settle in and play with the flow of our game plan and stuff like that. So I think starting off early, we kind of like, they kind of punched us in the mouth and we never really responded. And then once we did, we never really was able to get the stops defensively like we needed. Offensively, I don't think we had an issue. Obviously, we could have made a little bit more shots closer to the rim, but I think it started off defensively the whole time.
Is it?
My question for you, Marcel from FIBA Africa. You've been in a journey with Rivers Hoopers since Rabat to here. Overall, how can you describe your performance as a player and then as a team? And another question, which has nothing to do with the BAL. In the summer, there will be AfroBaskets. You played against Nuni. There's Luol Deng watching over you. Do you hope like to represent the national team this summer, or is it part of your plan in the near future?
Yeah, so I'll answer that question first. I mean, it was good to compete against Nuni. Obviously, he's on the national team, one of the best South Sudanese players around. It was good to compete against him just to see where my game is at. In terms of going forward, I'm not completely sure what my plans are yet, but it's good to have someone like Luol Deng there to kind of be out front, to see me compete against somebody like that, not just for myself but also as a team, and see how different things we can do on the court. So I'm not sure yet moving forward toward the end of the summer. Kind of just want to grasp this, and also just kind of look back from the time in Morocco and here, and just see what I can learn moving forward as a basketball player, and how I can continue to get better. That's just where my mindset is at right now. And with today, it's basketball. We come to compete. I feel like our guys, ever since I got to training camp, will always go hard. That's the one thing about the team that I love, is all the guys always play hard. We always want to compete. So today was just more so of us not making shots and just kind of not locking in on our defensive responsibilities. Nothing else to take away from how we played. We battled rebounding wise. We didn't get out rebounded. It was just the simple stuff that coach said. And sometimes teams come out ready to go, and that's just basically what it is.
Any takers for the final questions? Otherwise, we should be fine. Nobody. Thank you very much, Coach. Thank you very much, Nuni.
Thank you.
And enjoy the second part of these quarterfinals.
Yeah, thank you.